This is a common name for this is cedar elm. It's also called cat's tongue tree. And if you take a leaf and I'll let you do it. Go that side of the street. If you ever had a cat lick you, well, that's what it feels like. Anybody do make great big fan-shaped leaves and get bigger than this. And they're very tough. They survive just about anything. People try to eliminate them from their property, and it takes a lot of work. And everything from kerosene to various herbicides and stuff. We have several species of this greenbrier. This family is Smilex, genus, and the ends, the tender ends of it, are edible. Deer beat us to it. That's one of their favorite foods. Orange. It's going to seed, and you don't usually see this. It's kind of uncommon. I don't know why they don't seed every year, but they don't seem to. That's what these are. Sugarberry hackberry. And it's pretty easy to spot because it has a smooth bark except for these wart-like growths on these protuberances. I don't think anybody figured out yet why it has those in the big farm function. This tree does have a mix of red seed, and there's a little bit of food value to it. You can eat the skin off the seed, but the seed is almost as big as the berry itself. There's just a thin skin on the outside. He was interested in seeing if he could determine migrating birds by using radar. And it turns out that the government keeps every radar record that was ever made, I guess. I don't know how they do it. At any rate, they have all these records. So he was able to go back and look at the records and see the radar stand and compare those with reports that people made at some of the bird centers. You know, there was a lot of birds came in, migratory birds came in this day. And you can look on the chart and wasn't sure there's a blip on it. So he started working with that, and that's where he could tell when a group of birds were coming. He couldn't see individual birds, but he could see flocks, and he could tell by the speed that they were flying, the altitude they were flying, whether they were geese or ducks or warblers, smaller birds. Okay, and he went along. The Weather Service got Doppler radars, which really improved his data gathering. It's a lot more sensitive and so forth, further ranging. And so he really got good at it. He came to one of our public meetings we have here called Migration Celebration, and he gave a talk on it. Everybody's real interested in after the talk while we were all standing around there and asking questions. And he said, anybody got a laptop? Which they were kind of new at that time, pretty scared. Somebody had one, so he brought it in. He hooked into the internet and called up the radar out of Houston, I guess out of Houston or Galveston. And sure enough, there was a flock of birds coming across. And he looked at the wind conditions and the rain that was starting to fall and predicted that they would come in on the other side of New Orleans. They were headed for here. But he thought that the wind and rain so would move them off to the east. Well, he missed it about 20 miles, which is pretty good. And what they found out from all of this is that there's several million birds that migrate through these woods where we're standing right now every year, twice a year, fall and spring. And so all of a sudden, this area became very important to bird people who were interested in birds and conservation. And so Fish and Wildlife started out with a program to acquire 70,000 acres over a period of time.